What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is a fine Monday evening, and I thought that I would hop on here and have a little discussion with you guys about the market data today, as well as the market as a whole. It has been absolutely astronomical how high this market has been going. So I definitely wanted to hop on here and have a little discussion with you guys and upload it really quick. I hope it's not too late for those of you guys on the East Coast. I know it's going to be really late, but you can watch it the next day. But let's get into this data and have a little recap of what happened today, okay? Okay, so today was a little bit rough for me, I'm not going to lie, just because I didn't take any trades, but what was rough about it was the market flow did not act the way that the market was actually going, which is really, really hard for me, especially since the market has just been absolutely going crazy the past couple of days. We moved from about 488 or maybe even 487. We went all the way down to 487, and then we went all the way up to 491 today, and even upwards of that. So we did miss a very, very big move, or I did. Nonetheless, I do want to talk about how the market reacted and what things went right today with the data, as well as what went wrong. We'll start with the what went wrong with the data, because to say the very least, the market data was terrible today. You can see that calls were way down. There were lots of calls sold, and as well as puts, they were being sold off as well. They were below this net zero premiums, which usually I've noticed in the past when both calls and puts are below that net zero cumulative net premiums, it usually means that the market's going to be chopping a lot. But that was not the case today, as you guys definitely saw. The market just ripped. So we did miss out on a pretty big trade from that big gap in SPY. Which is okay. Sometimes the data works, sometimes it doesn't. And today was one of those days where it kind of was rough and we didn't get into a nice trade. But what did go right today was the gamma exposure levels. We did have strong pulls towards the 488 and 490 level today, which we definitely hit. We had a strong pull to the 488 level. You could see that earlier on in the day, kind of close to market open, you could see that 488 level dropping, and that was when we were down here below the 480, even below at the 487 level and upwards of that. So when we were dropping below 488 and we got to around the 487 level right about here, that level started to go negative, which you guys know that once we see negative levels, price usually draws towards them. And that's exactly what happened today. So I'm going to give mad props to Gex today. The gamma exposure did very, very well in predicting the moves to the upside today. And same thing that happened with 490 today. You can see that 490 level dropped pretty similarly towards that 488 level, or with that 488 level, and it started to drop a little bit more as the day went on. So once we broke above that 488 level, we pretty much went straight to 490. It kind of caught me a surprise that we kept ripping towards that 491 level, but you can see that 491 level started to become a positive level in GEX, and we rejected that pretty well. Oh, you guys can't see on my chart. You can see that this is the 491 level. We did reject it, came back up, and then that last 5 minutes we ripped right back up above it. So props to the gamma exposure levels today. So I do want to go over the aggregate GEX levels, which I do talk about every single week. This is basically the all of the expirations, all the gamma exposure of all the expirations on all the contracts on the SPY ETF. So you can see that we broke above this 490 level. This was a very, very large negative level. And we've seen this over the past week or two, that a very large level after we broke above that 480 level. So we finally hit that today. And we do have some a little bit shorter levels, shorter negative levels, not as big as this 490 level. But since we are above that 490 level, I honestly see us pushing up a little bit more. So I'm hoping that tomorrow and maybe throughout this next week or so, we get some bullish confluence in the market, and we can play that move there, because we have a pretty big ghost zone, upwards to all the way up to like that 498 level, which is positive. So as long as we hold 488, I definitely see us pushing up a little bit higher before we get a pullback. So those are the levels I'm kind of looking at going into tomorrow and then the rest of the week. 488 is a support level, and then 498 is our resistance level. So if we can keep that momentum up above 488, then I can definitely see us go higher. And if not, we'll head back towards that 487, towards that 480 level here, or probably 484 first, since that's the next positive level. So that's the recap of today's price action and data. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know down in the comments if you guys want me to do more daily recaps like this. I have this empty office here all to myself, so I don't feel bad doing these every single day anymore and being loud. So my family's sleeping actually right now, so I don't really care if I wake them up or not, because they can't really hear me. But once I was in that other room, they definitely could. But yeah, that's this short little video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you on the next one.